Alright, persistence. Now, this is something I wanted to make a video on for a long time because since day one, from day one of my first failure, I tried a business model and it completely failed. I tried to run Facebook ads, I put a lot of money into it, and so I think back then for me it was a lot of money, but I put $200 into it. And guess how much I got out of it? Absolutely nothing. Zilch. Everything crashed. I completely failed. So from day one, I actually activated persistence. Now, what I'm going to do is overview in this session exactly what persistence is, exactly why you need it to actually reach your goal. And if you don't fully understand this session, then the likelihood of you achieving your goal is going to be close to zero, because most people don't have this. Most people don't have hunger. Now, hunger can come from a lot of different things, of course. You can have hunger from never achieving something. You can have hunger from how you grew up. You can have, so for example, if you grew up in a poor family and your environment was always poor, you couldn't have food, you struggled for food, you'd be hungry for money. So you would be hungry for money your whole life because you didn't experience it as a child. You saw others experience it and now you're hungry, you want it that bad. Now, hunger always varies from person to person, and hunger picks up, for me anyway, the more times I fail. So every single failure that I go through, this is why failing is necessary when you want to actually achieve success. Every time you go through fail, the hunger you have will increase. Every single fail I've been through, I went through around 4 Instagram pages now. 4 Instagram pages I've been through, and every single time I tried to progress. Every single time I grew a page to 10k, I hit a ceiling. So my last ceiling was I used to build Instagram pages with so it was non-face videos. It wasn't a personal brand. So I'd build massive followers. I think the highest Instagram page I ever got was, I think it was 103k, and I had about 7 of them. 103k, and these were actually my first fails because personal branding didn't work on pages that were remixed, and back when I was making these edits, it was just remixed, it wasn't actually me. The biggest personal brand one I got was 10k, but because I actually didn't do face videos before, so I just did random edits, the account couldn't grow, the engagement wasn't there, the account had no room to actually grow because the algorithm was completely fucked on it. The algorithm didn't actually grow it as a personal brand, it grew it as some luxury motivation edit page, which it wasn't. So what did I do? I hit that ceiling, crashed all the way back down to the bottom, started a new page. Now this is my most recent page, so I grew it to, I think it was almost 2.4k, and this is me personally making videos, going over tools, doing coaching sessions, but shrunk down, and I managed to build a community of 2.4 thousand followers, and I hit a ceiling. Now guess where the ceiling comes from? It came from Instagram itself. So I can't even draw Instagram. I think that's what Instagram looks like. It came from Instagram itself because on the recent update, don't know what update it was, but a lot of content creators crashed. A lot of content creators had an internal error on their Instagram. I landed in that batch of people who couldn't see comments. So a bunch of content creators experienced this, and basically what happened is people would comment. So people that were interested in your offer would comment on your post, and from posts you'd actually do client acquisition, of course. So you'd look at the people that actually were interested and you'd send them a message or automate the whole system like I did. But because I couldn't see comments, because of that internal issue, I couldn't do client acquisition. So my entire cash flow was starting to drop off. So my cash flow was dropping, my motivation was dropping, and it was all because of this one issue that wasn't even my fault. Now, getting into this, I always thought that if there was a problem, it would always be my fault and there was something that I did wrong. But in this situation, it was just Instagram messing up with the update and crashing a bunch of accounts. And when I did message them, I messaged them for like 2 weeks straight, every other day. When will this be fixed? When can I see comments again? Who else is experiencing this? What are you doing to look into it? All they would say is, it's being looked into. All they would say is it's being looked into. So stop inquiring, because every inquiry you make is going to reset the system. It's being looked into. Now, this went on for weeks and weeks, and then I realised that, mate, I've already reset once. I might as well reset twice. So now I've started a brand new page. So brand new page. The time I'm making this video, it's on 30 followers. So I went from 10k followers to 2.4k followers. And now I'm back at 30. And so shrink that arrow. So back at 30 and I'm restarting. Now the whole point I've just shown you all of this and actually went through it is because for this entire duration of all these failures, all it did was increase my hunger. If I started this maybe not as hungry, not as persistent, not as clear about my goals, then at this third personal branding page, I am fully in, I'm fully focused, I'm fully clear on exactly what I have to do, and I'm starving. I am putting max effort into the sleepless days to actually boost this business. And what actually caused the hunger? It is fails. This is why you should never be, it's funny how it points at Instagram, because Instagram did fail, but it's funny how people don't actually understand that you need to fail, and the more you fail, the more likely you are to succeed. Now, naturally, humans don't like failure because it stopped our evolution back in the day. If we failed, we're more likely to die, we're more likely to be eaten by lions. But failure is exactly how you actually learn and how to progress. Now, this page now, new page, with all the skills I have, with everything, with all the hunger, it's gonna absolutely skyrocket until, most likely, I'm going to hit another ceiling, and I'm okay with that because all the skills I pick up when growing these personal brands and the community I pick up when actually growing my personal brand, that's what matters. Not followers, not views, nothing like that actually matters. It's actually staying persistent, knowing the purpose that you have, because if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have clarity, you can't stay persistent. You will just get to here. If I didn't have clarity, 2.4k, crashed, reset, stopped. Business stopped. If I didn't have clarity, that's where I'd be. And this is where 70% of starting entrepreneurs end up. They don't have clear clarity, they don't have visions, they don't have hunger. They may carry on after one fail, but come the third fail, they give up. Now, if you have pure hunger, if you have clarity about your goal, you never give up. That's where pure persistence comes from. And the whole reason I've made this video is to understand that if you are not persistent, if you are not truly hungry for what you want, truly hungry to prove the world that you're better and you can be better, then persistence is what's actually going to get you there. Now, this can be persistence for 2 to 30 years. But you're going to regret giving up if you take it into 20 years or 15 years or 10 years. If you give up any time before you actually reach your goal, you're going to regret it when you die. So you might as well just be persistent your entire life, drive you towards your goal your entire life, so then eventually, when you are a tombstone, you have reached your goal. Your goal has been achieved. If it's most goals, they're actually valid to pursue to help the world. And if you die and the world still remembers your name, your goal's been achieved. You've actually given purpose to life, which not many people do. And to actually do it, you need persistence. Now, I know I'm going on about it, but this is to let you know that you're going to fail 10 to 100 times when you actually trying to reach your goal. And every failure is going to reset you. But because of the skills you learned, because of everything that you've mastered while you're actually reaching that goal, you can never stop. You can never end up in a worse position than you started with every single fail. You're always in a better position. You're always going up. You'll fail, you'll go up. You'll fail, you'll go up. You'll fail, you'll go up. You might recline, but you'll go up even faster. So there's literally nothing that's stopping you from achieving your goal. Failure is just an obstacle that you bypass, and that's it. That's all it is. Now, people don't realize that they're going to fail a lot, and the sooner you realize that and stay persistent in your goal, the better. So this has been a short, I know it's not even a short video, it's quite long, but persistence is actually what's actually going to make you reach your goal. Have clarity, be persistent, and stay tuned for the next video.